from the riders is they come out in front of the whitewash and put their hand out saying, look, I'm still riding, I'm in control, count as many points as possible for this move. And a lot of the riders are doing that. Again, we saw earlier in the first heat, Bobby Quinones cut out of a wave before he did this. And look at this, up and riding, Jeff Hubbard.
Jeff Hubbard up and riding, driving, gets a nice barrel. That barrel spit. He's still going, driving down the line, looking for the section. Nice little invert there, typical Jeff Hubbard style. Nice opening wave for Jeff Hubbard.
Well, Jeff Hubbard actually rode that barrel like a lot of the riders were trying to do this morning, but this wave actually worked out in Hubby guys' favor. In fact, it was working out so well, he actually hit the brakes inside the wave. Look at this, more action.
Rafael Rivera from Puerto Rico up and riding. Quick ride, hits the roll, comes out through the white water, completes the maneuver, and he's going to duck out and paddle out for the next one. That'll get Rafael on the board, and quick little wave exchange between the Hawaiian Jeff Hubbard and the trialist from here in Puerto Rico, Rafael Rivera.
A lot of what I'm looking at the conditions right now, perfect, glassy, warm water, but you go underwater, it is all reef with encrusted with sea urchins. And we actually had a local rider from Canary Islands, Yeray Martinez, actually hit the reef as he was duck diving a big set. So it's pretty brutal out there underneath the water.
And here we have scores, Manny. Rafael Rivera with a 5.0 and Jeff Hubbard at 6.25 for his first wave. So Jeff jumping out to the early lead with what I would consider the best barrel we've seen so far this morning. And then a nice finishing maneuver. There you can see the stats on your screen for the two-time world champion and the three-time pipeline champion,
Jeff Hubbard. So Jeff Hubbard starting off his heat in typical fashion, going out, getting that one solid ride to have the remaining of the heat to wait for that other solid wave. Again, these are 30-minute heats. Top two waves will be scored. Each rider has a maximum of 10 waves to catch in this heat. The strategy, come out early, get that solid base, first wave, like Jeff Hubbard did right there, 6.25, and now you have time to pick and choose for that next solid wave.
One of the most dangerous attributes, though, with Jeff Hubbard as a competitor is whether he comes out and strikes first blood like he has done here, or he hangs back and waits like we saw in Hawaii back in February. Doesn't matter where he is or what time is remaining in the heat, Jeff Hubbard is always very dangerous. He can put together two high-scoring waves back-to-back in no time and pull off the miraculous. We saw it at Pipeline with the comeback in the last 5 minutes, two completely new scores when he was in combination land. He was on it in Mexico, and now here he is, first heat of the main event in the leaderboard round. He comes out with a 6.25. This is just Jeff getting warmed up, and if this is how his contest is going to go, this could be scary.
Exactly. Okay, taking a look at this one, the Portuguese Gastao Entrudo, trying to find he's another competitor, fine-tuned competitor, looking for that first wave. Unfortunately, that did not work out for him. Very, very uncharacteristic of Gastao Entrudo. Check this out. We do have the winner of the last heat, Jared Houston with Shaggy. Shaggy, where you at, brother?
I'm here with Jared Houston from South Africa, one of our countrymen. Jared, congratulations. A little leapfrog from third to first in the last few minutes.
Thanks, Shaggy. Yeah, I was feeling the pump there. I really would have been so devastated with the third, and so yeah, I was just stoked that wave helped me go from third to first.
But let's talk about the other wave you got, that stylish reverse you threw loads of spray on that. Talk us through that. What do you call that?
Well, that was just to try and impress some of the Aussies. They always seem to do these fashion reverses out the bar instead of backies, so I don't know, I just thought I'd try and win some Australian fans. I hope it worked, but yeah, I was stoked with it anyway.
Well, awesome work, mate. Congratulations, you're into the second round. A little shout out to the friends and family back home.
Yeah, just to my mom and dad. They're watching me and my brothers and sisters, as always. All my friends back home, all the boys. Yeah, thanks for all the support, all my sponsors, obviously, and yeah, let's go to the next one.
Congratulations. Back to you guys.
All right, unreal interview. Thank you, Shaggy. That was a nice interview. And so fashion maneuvers is what Jared Houston is calling some of the moves that the Aussies are pulling off. But you know what? Fashionable style. Jared Houston winning his first heat of the leaderboard round. So congratulations.
Yes, fashionable style, whatever you want to call it. You know what? It applies for Jared Houston.
Yeah.
And he showed it in that last heat.
fashion. I've never heard
Fashion maneuvers, that's a new one by me, Manny. But you know what? I kind of like it.
Well, Jared Houston liked it, and so did the judges. He advances, or he goes on to the next heat with 6 points under his belt. And we keep looking over there because sometimes we get live action like this. Up and riding, Rafael Rivera.
Rafael driving down the line, hits the roll off of the closeout section. He's going to come out through the whitewater, and then, well, it looked like he was coming out through the whitewater, and then he got bounced in it. So it'll be interesting to see how the judges score that one. Again, you have to pay close attention. Meanwhile, up and riding, Jeff Hubbard on his second wave of the heat. And not much there, Manny.
Well, you know what? Jeff Hubbard has that 6.25 as his first wave, so he's looking for another solid wave to add on to his total two wave scored combined total. And that's what they're looking for. 2 solid waves. It sounds easy, but when you're out there with 30 minutes, and we finally got our water feed coming in from our water videographer, Seamus Makem, and we're just fine-tuning that live feed, and we always love the water angle.
And there's a nice panoramic view from here at Middles in Isabela, Puerto Rico. Absolutely gorgeous around here, Manny. It's just cruising around the island, cruising around Isabela, San Juan, you know, the north side, the west side. This place is a treasure trove of waves. And they can see Gastao and Entrudo sinking his teeth into one.
Yep, he's hoping to find a treasure on this wave, and it is not really putting together. I mean, it's a smaller wave, and he just pulls off a roll through the lip on that wave. It's not a high-scoring wave. He's got to be patient, wait for that solid set, put one solid wave under your belt, and then go from there. Jeff Hubbard did that. He's just now relaxed, waiting for a solid wave for his second scoring wave.
Yeah, so that last wave for Gastao, a smaller one, only a single maneuver, so that probably won't be a great score for him, but it's something to get him a secondary score. Meanwhile, Jeff Hubbard, a 4.4 on his second wave. That will put him back into the top spot. Rafael Rivera with a 4.5 on his second wave. He currently needs a 5.66 or better to move into that top spot to get the maximum 6 points for this heat. Nice little wave exchange out there, though. We still have some really nice conditions out here. We started out yesterday with like a solid 6 to 8 foot sets. It was kind of heavy for the competitors. Dropped down to about 4 to 5 foot. Today we still have some nice size sets coming in. The key is going to be later in the contest window, though, Manny. We've got some pretty sizable swell coming in. Forecast calling for 6 to 8 foot plus. Some of the sets coming are forecasted to be coming in at around 10 foot. So we're going to have some pretty heavy swell, shallow reef break. It's going to be interesting. You're going to see best of the best in the world, high performance conditions. It's going to be a good time. So all of you at home, you definitely want to stay tuned for all the upcoming action. Again, today we've got round 1 of the men's Grand Slam series. They'll be followed by round 3 of the women's and round 2 of the drop knee. So plenty of action to go around today.
Yes, unbelievable. We are going to be broadcasting only the first round of the Grand Slam series today, I believe. So stay tuned. No matter what, we have 8 heats of the first round of the Grand Slam series leaderboard rounds, and so far it's been amazing. But if you're tuning in, thank you for tuning in. First off, thank you guys for tuning in to the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico. And Hector, Tito, we know you're watching. You're in Puerto Rico. If you're in Puerto Rico and you're not working, get down to the beach and see this action live. And Jorge, going for Jeff, and Juan Carlos Santos. We know Gastao Entrudo has a support fan coming to you from Juan Carlos Santos. And Aaron, we know that we agree. Jared Houston most likely probably wants some fans with that fashionable carving reverse off the top. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. Manny V and Steve Action Jackson giving you the live feed here in Paradise. Just on the beach in Isabela. This is the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico.
And Manny, if I may, let me take a quick moment to say hello to my wife. Meanwhile, out in the water, Jeff Hubbard up and riding. Look at this set, Manny.
All right, it's actually a smaller wave coming to that inside section, but keep your eyes on Jeff. He can do anything on anything, but that wave, he calls it a throwaway. That, you know what, it didn't do anything for me. I'm out of here. Paddles back out.
Yeah, that wave was all peak and no bite, Manny. It looked like it was going to set up nicely. It peaked up, but then it just kind of no real down the line to it. Just peak and shoulder, and then, you know, foamy, smaller inside. Not a lot to work with for Jeff. So he's going to get a 1.0. He pulls out the back on that one. And there you can see him paddling back out in the water on the water cam brought to us by Seamus out there. Jeff paddling back out. He's going to look for another one. He's definitely going to want to improve on that 4.4 secondary score, but that 6.25, a nice, solid mid-range score. So, we'll see what Jeff has in store for the rest of this, see what kind of waves come his way. Meanwhile, he's out in the water with Rafael Rivera. He has a 5.0 and a 4.5. He sits in the second spot. Gastao and Entrudo in second. Diego Cabrera yet to get on the board with his first wave.
Man, Diego Cabrera always seems to be in this position where he's always waiting till the last minute to get those few waves, and it's nerve-wracking. We've seen him just break down in nerves at a few events, so he may have to change up his strategy just a little bit and come out firing with that first wave. Otherwise, he's going to not only make himself go crazy, but all of his support crew from Isla Canarias, the Canary Islands, go crazy too. So Diego still waiting for that first wave. Again, thank you guys for tuning in to the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico. If you want to see some of the odds on these guys, the competitors, we do have bodyboardbet.com. Check out some of the odds, and if you got some coin, throw down some coin on whoever your favorites are at bodyboardbet.com.
Yes, and while you're cruising online, be sure to go to IBAworldtour.com and check out the IBA Tour Shop. We've got hats, T-shirts. We've even got new iPhone covers, Manny. Those things are sick looking. Well, we've got all kinds of merchandise hitting the online store on a regular basis, so be sure to cruise online. I do believe everything is posted in U.S. dollars. Go online, check it out. I'm sporting one of the hats and the T-shirts today. So, if you like the gear I'm rocking today online, you can snatch it up yourself. Just hit up IBAworldtour.com and go to the shop. Out in the water, there you can see Jeff Hubbard in the lead currently. Rafael Rivera second. Gastao and Entrudo in the white jersey third. And Diego Cabrera, the dynamic young Canary Islander, in fourth, yet to get on the board with his first wave. Diego is still very young. He here and there you see him make some mental errors out in the water. When he's on his game, he's one of the most explosive riders on the tour. Meanwhile, Gastao and Entrudo from Portugal up and riding, Manny.
All right, punches through the lip right there, and that's all she wrote. Another one maneuver wave for the competitors. A lot of one maneuver waves, but you know what? If everybody's going to do it, they got to piece something together solid. And Gastao going through the lip, nice roll. That is all for Gastao on that one. He's looking for a 6.11 to get into that first place spot. Jeff Hubbard only building on a 4.4, which is pretty easy to do for hubby guys. Let's take another look at Gastao.
You can see Entrudo driving down the line, looking for a section. He's got a nice speed line, Manny, holding it. He's eyeing the section, projects up, punches through the lip, gets the roll around. There you can see the nice, clean landing. Comes out ahead of the whitewater explosion, and then he gets engulfed. And he turns around, paddles back out.
All right, as you mentioned, the iPhone cases, the IBA World Tour, the IBA International iPhone cases, pretty insane. And I think we just have to get an iPhone instead. Yeah. I mean, iPhone first.
And there you can see Gastao and Entrudo with a 5.65. The Portuguese rider, here you can see his stats hitting your screen. The 23-year-old from Portugal, currently in 22nd position. For those of you not familiar with the Grand Slam series, the top 16 will advance on and secure their place in the 2012 Grand Slam series. Meanwhile, the bottom 8 will drop out, and right now, Gastao on the outside of that, sitting 22nd in the points rankings. Gastao, when he's not bodyboarding, he's an architect. Did you know that, Manny?
Unbelievable. So he's got to map out and plan his strategy and attack as each heat he comes into. So he's got the organization skills, because you need that to be an architect, and I think he can do well. That's why he is a contest machine from Portugal. Gastao and Entrudo, when he's in your heat, you do not want to mess around.
You'll find with a lot of pro bodyboarders that outside of bodyboarding, some of them have interesting careers, interesting degrees. Natasha Sagardia, the event organizer and one of the top women competitors, she's a political science major. Uri Martinez from the Canary Islands is training to become a police officer. And here we have Jeff Hubbard, one of the best in the sport, up and riding.
Oh, my. Well, Jeff Hubbard, he is also one of those professional bodyboarders that have that that degree under his belt. Jeff Hubbard, a business major, and he's out here killing it as the current World Tour leader. Check this out.
Yeah, Jeff Hubbard making a business of doing work out in the water. Here you can see punching a nice clean roll through the lip, clean landing, looking around that section. Jeff Hubbard is one of the elite in our sport. For those of you not familiar with the sport of bodyboarding, Jeff Hubbard, one of the greatest aerial tacticians in the history of our sport. Unparalleled.
You know what? He's focused. That's what it comes down to. His diet is, you won't see him at McDonald's with us at 1 o'clock in the morning. This guy is on a different level of, he's a professional athlete. He's always stretching. He's always focused. And you have to be, if you want to be in a position where you can come back from the dead.
And that focus pays off. Sorry, Manny.
It's okay.
That focus pays off in scenarios like we saw with the Pipeline Pro. Here we're going to go to a video clip. 5 minutes left, combination land. Jeff Hubbard pulls off 9-point-plus scores on his last two waves. Here you can see 9.5. Jeff comes back, claims it. Everybody on the beach, except the Australians, going wild.
That was a pretty amazing event right there for Jeff Hubbard. But he came back and took out another Aussie in Mexico. In this case, it was Ryan Hardy, where they went head-to-head in the final. And Jeff Hubbard, again, piecing together an amazing contest. And in the final, that 10-foot aerial attack is what claimed his win in Puerto Escondido. So another great event for Hubby. If he can do that here, if he can repeat that win here, he will come back. He will come out on top, possibly a world champ. Let's take another look at Rafael Rivera's last wave.
Here, Rafael Rivera on that last wave, driving down the line, projects up, and boom, punches the invert through the lip. We've seen this a couple of times throughout the competition yesterday in the trials, and we're seeing it here again today. A little tricky judging where the lip is going to pitch and timing where you want to be, but these guys are talented enough that even if they're a little behind, they can punch through that lip, project the invert, and land it cleanly.
They're going to be able to pull off the maneuvers, but are they going to be scored higher points if it's a clean maneuver? In this case, 6.85. The judges like that through the lip maneuver. It was a bigger wave. Rafael Rivera making it happen. Check out these guys: Ryan Hardy, Dave Winchester, and Thomas Rigby, Mitch Rollins. More action out the back.
Gastao and Entrudo up and riding in the white jersey. Nice barrel, comes out with the roll. That should be a decent score for him. He's still going. He throws another roll for good measure. And there you can see him coming through the white water, completing that wave. A nice barrel to roll combination. He finishes it up with another roll. That should be a good score for Gastao. Meanwhile, Jeff Hubbard taking a look at that one. He's going to let that one roll through, Manny.
All right, Jeff Hubbard waiting patiently now as Rafa making his way back out to the water, to the lineup. And look at that nice angle. Look at the view. Just, you can see the mountain. Isabela, the town, is up above that cliff. To come down to the beach, you wind through these gorgeous, just lush green areas. And then next thing you know, boom, you're on the beach. So Isabela, the town up above on the cliff. And if you have money, you're able to afford big money houses that overlook these beautiful beaches down on the water's edge. And you know what? We love it. Isabela is absolutely gorgeous.
Yes, if you've never been here to Isabela, it's in the northwestern region of Puerto Rico. It's known as the Jardín del Noroeste, Garden of the Northwest. Meanwhile, up and riding in black, one of Puerto Rico's local boys, Rafael Rivera, on that one, Manny.
All right, Rafa trying to pull off an air roll spin right there at the end. I don't know if he pulled out in front of the whitewash. I looked up, looked down, and he was out. Let's take another look at Jeff Hubbard's wave. As we were showing another Isabela feature, Jeff Hubbard, this is what he did on his last wave.
Driving down the line, banking the reverse, catches a little air, and lands behind the wave on that one. So that one, a 1.55 for Jeff Hubbard. That will be a throwaway. Rafael Rivera with a 1.75. So a quick little wave exchange there from the Puerto Rican and the Hawaiian, but both of those pretty much throwaway scores.
Isabela, sorry. We're going to be talking about Isabela the entire time we're on the live broadcast. But this place is absolutely phenomenal. Let's take a look at where we are right now with the scores.
quick rundown. The Puerto Rican local, Rafael Rivera, currently sitting in first position, followed by Jeff Hubbard in third in the white jersey, Gastao and Entrudo. And again, Diego Cabrera just kind of hanging out there, hasn't caught any waves.
Once again, welcome everybody for tuning in to Paradise. This is the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico, and the guys are delivering. So is Mother Nature. Once again, this tour stop, this entire tour has been blessed with good waves in solid venues. And in this case, it is Middles in Isabela. Thank you for tuning in. Raymond Green and the South Bay Bodyboarders. We know it's really early for you guys in California. Thank you for tuning in. Also, Leonardo, we know you're watching too. If you guys are just tuning in, thank you for watching. Make sure, whatever you do, subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/IBA World Tour. That's where you're going to get the latest bodyboarding videos, the latest documentaries, and everything on youtube.com/IBA World Tour. Whatever you do, make sure you subscribe. That is where you want to see the latest and greatest awesome video footage.
Now, is that a / or a /, Manny?
Well, if you're watching this on your screen, it is a slash that comes from the top back. So maybe a backslash?
I always thought it was a /
Oh, you backslasher.
Slasher, yeah.
Okay,
All
we
right.
are here. Heat number 4, round number 1 of the leaderboard rounds in the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico.
Yes, I'm Steve Action Jackson. This is Manny Vargas joining me here from Middles in lovely Isabela, Puerto Rico. This place is incredible, Manny. Here you can see another great wave, Gastao and Entrudo up and riding.
Oh!
Nice flip from
There you
Gastao.
go. There you go.
So, a nice, there was only a one maneuver wave, but it was a nice, solid, technical, high-end maneuver. Here we have the replay.
Well, Gastao and Entrudo, the Portuguese, looking for a 6.16 wave, and this could possibly be it. A nice backflip right there from Gastao, and the backflip, very technical maneuver. You're actually hitting the lip, going almost against the momentum of the wave, and he pulled it off pretty good. Scores dropping in. Here we go. 6.1 for Gastao and Entrudo's last wave. He is happy. That puts him into second place. Jeff Hubbard drops down to third. Diego, he has not caught a wave yet. 25 minutes into a heat, and Diego Cabrera has not caught a wave. Is he even out there? That's my question.
Yeah, we're under 5 minutes remaining in this heat, and we've seen and heard nothing from Diego Cabrera thus far.
I think, you know what, we got to double check to make sure he's even out there. I think by far he would have been out there, so we're going to double check with Diego Cabrera. So we're going to find out, make sure if he's even on the island. So we're going to double check, make sure Diego Cabrera is okay, and we'll get back to you with the latest and greatest. But now, currently in the water, it is Rafael Rivera, the Puerto Rican, leading the charge with a total combined score of his top 2 waves, 11.85. Gastao and Entrudo in second, chasing a 5.76, and Jeff Hubbard chasing a 5.61 for that first place spot. And it is confirmed Diego Cabrera is not here.
Yes, Diego Cabrera, a no-show for his heat this morning. This is reminiscent of Magno Oliveira in Australia at the box, missing his first heat. We're going to have to track down Diego and find out what the story is on that one. Meanwhile, the guys that did show up out in the water, as Manny gave you the quick rundown, we've got Rafael Rivera, the Puerto Rican local, the wild card in the lead, holding it down over the Portugal rider, Gastao and Entrudo, and Jeff Hubbard, the 2-time world champ.
Well, I'm really surprised Diego Cabrera did not make this heat or event, because there's a lot more points involved here. Jeff Hubbard up and riding live action. The Hawaiian in the red jersey looking for something very fast, very clean line, looking for a lip maneuver, and finds the lip, but kind of a forced maneuver, something we really don't see from Jeff Hubbard quite often. But he's in a contest. He had to force something there, and he forced an invert maneuver at the very end of that wave.
Yeah, quick little tweak on the board there for Jeff Hubbard to get the invert off the end section. He was driving down the line with a lot of speed, looking for a section. It wasn't really standing up the way he would have liked, but still able to make something out of nothing on that wave, Manny. So we'll see how that scores with the judges. And It looks like a 4.7 on this wave, Manny. Here's the replay.
It's really interesting because I think Jeff Hubbard would have actually just kicked out of that wave, but here he is just forcing, and you can see where it wasn't a smooth flowing aerial maneuver. He actually got air and then threw the board out, and not Jeff Hubbard's best moves. This guy is a master, and you know what? Look at him paddling out. He hears people yelling on the beach saying, "Get out there, there's a set coming out," and the jet ski is turning around. There's big waves coming in out the back. Are they going to get out there in time? Jeff Hubbard paddling out. Rafael, Rivera, Gastao, Entrudo, they are waiting patiently for the big waves, but are the waves going to form up for them? I don't know. It could close out the bay.
Yeah, we've seen this a lot yesterday, and we're seeing it again here today. The bigger sets tend to close out the break here over the reef at middles, and it makes it challenging for the riders because, one, you don't want to take off on the wrong wave and just have it close out on you and get the curtain, and two, you don't want to get caught on the inside, just get blasted and get pushed into the reef because, as we've seen with a few riders and some of our event staff, the reef will cut you up pretty hardcore.
That's right. Look at this. We got live action. It is Rafael Rivera on a nice size wave. Comes off the bottom and around the section. And, oh, camera 4, where you at, brother? There he is. Okay, nice move right there. It is Rafael Rivera pulling out in front of that wave. And you know what? The locals love it. They are cheering and clapping down on the water's edge as we wind down the last minute here at the Encanto Pro Puerto Rico. Another beautiful look of the competitors area. This is this is one of my favorite shots.
There you can see Dave Winchester, Amaury Laverne. There you can see the Puerto Ricans on the beach running down. We've seen this a lot on the U.S. National Tour. When the Puerto Rican contingent comes out, you know, big support group, flag on the beach, a lot of pride, and a seriously high talent of riding.
Hey, you know what? It's got to be a Latino thing because, oh my!
Wow, there you go, Jeff Hubbard.
Nice maneuver right there. Great switch, just catching that big backflip just in time. Jeff Hubbard coming into the inside. He is looking for a 7.4 maneuver. So I don't know if the Puerto Ricans jumped the gun. We are talking about Jeff Hubbard, who likes to pull out all the stops at the very last minute of every heat. He may have just possibly knocked out Rafael Rivera out of that first place spot. We're going to wait. 7.4 is what Jeff Hubbard. Was that wave? I think so. That was a pretty clean maneuver from Jeff Hubbard. So Rafael Rivera may have jumped the gun just a little bit too early, or his fans did. Either way, he had a great showing, and they're proud of that.
That was an impressive way to end that heat. Here we have the replay of Jeff Hubbard hitting off the top, perfect projection, big flip, gets it around, comes out through the whitewater, completes a maneuver while lost in the whitewater, comes out, nice little snap there. It's almost like he heard the Puerto Ricans saying, "Don't forget about me."
In true Jeff Hubbard fashion, at the very last second, he comes out with a high-scoring 7.75, knocks out Rafael Rivera from that first-place spot, and now Jeff Hubbard takes the 6 points awarded for first place in these first 3 heats. Jeff Hubbard is stoked. He may be on his way to a world championship. How will he become a world champ? If he wins the event and Ryan Hardy does not get second place.
Jeff Hardy, Jeff Hubbard.
Jeff Hardy? That'll be interesting to...
Jeff Hardy's a pro wrestler. Jeff Hubbard, the pro bodyboarder, getting the maximum 6 points in that heat, one step closer to world title number 3, Manny.
And you know what? It's awesome to see. Look at that. Rafa holding that flag up high. Great job for the Puerto Rican.
Rafael Rivera from Puerto Rico putting on a strong performance in that heat, and you can see all the Puerto Rican bodyboarding community stoked for him. People on the beach clapping. Rafael carrying the flag down the beach to the competitors area.
All right.